Hello, welcome everybody at the live stream of the Archiprix Award Ceremony 2021 here at the New Institute in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. It's an exciting day. We will learn more about the 30 competing plans for the Archiprix this year, and of course the winners will be announced. Before 2020, we did it a bit differently. We found some beautiful building finished or nearly finished somewhere in the Netherlands. People would take their family and friends, the contacts of the universities and academies would be there, and we would have a stage event. But 2020 made everything different, and we had to sort of reinvent this award ceremony. And we did a live event so that the live event would be small, but everybody that wanted to attend could attend and could see it again and again on YouTube. And we learned that this could be a very festive event, even if we did it as a live stream. So we do it again today. We do it for the second time, and it's almost up to the day a year ago that we stood here at the New Institute in one of the other exhibition halls, and we had the live event. I'm looking forward to the next hour to learn more about the plans and to hear who the winners are. So let's get started. But first, my name is Katja Edens. I'm an architectural historian, and I've been involved with Archiprix for ages, 20 years to be exact. And I must say, it never gets boring. Every year brings new plans, new ideas, new visions, and that's what Archiprix is about. It's about presenting new, young talent, and that makes it unique. So everybody that's here and everybody that's looking at the live stream or visiting the exhibition later on or looking at the book, they can see these visions, these ideas and the solutions that all these designers come up with. And they shape them into buildings, urban plans, landscapes. This year's jury consists of Florian Boer for urban design, Jana Crepon for landscape architecture, Joep Esseling for interior architecture, Kirsten Hannema for theory, and Gert Kwekkenboom for architecture. The directing team of Archiprix consists of Henk van der Veen and Max Rink, and on behalf of the board of the Archiprix Foundation, I have standing more or less next to me, Chairman Jacob van Rijs, and he has a few words for you.
Okay, thank you, Katja. Hi everyone, in the room, on the screen. Here on the back, that's funny. And we're here in the New Institute in Rotterdam. Great view over the city, not in a fantastic new building under construction, but we are in an office. I think that's quite interesting. Then we are back, we are able to go back to the office, but then now that the museum became the office, and the office became the museum. So that's intriguing. And it also indicates the time. I'm quite curious what the influence of this special time has on the production of architecture. And you see it, of course, in the offices, but of course also in the schools. The first generation of students that now only know online teaching. And of course also the recent participants and graduates that maybe did their final diploma work in some kind of other situation. I'm happy to see great models, and that's always an amazing specialty, I would say, of graduation projects. Graduation models, I think, are almost pieces of art, and they're different as regular architectural models that are often made by professional companies. So in that also the product of the architectural diploma work is a unique moment in the career of an architect. It's something you do only once, and therefore this collection every year, this yearly collection, is part of this sort of, I would say, mountain of historic editions from Archiprix. 41 times already. Henk, it's incredible. And in a way, the story is every time the same, and it's every time different. You could see tendencies, topics, certain issues of urgencies that appear, but you also always have the unique, let's say, autonomous design, almost like a personal statement. And so that's interesting to see that these products, these designs, these graduation products that are here present in the room and in the book, you could see them as agents of change. It's also the topic of architecture that we sort of, bring the stage, give a stage to this designs and the issues that they embody, so to say. So I'm also happy that this issue is, that we are here together. Last year it was even less present. And I'd like to thank a few people that have on the telephone. Like a rapper, you know, okay. Of course, the jury. You already mentioned them all. We always have a unique jury, 41 times already, so there's a whole collection of those. And each time there is a new book designed by a young designer. This time it was Wiebke Bramesveld, who also took care of the panels in this exhibition. Normally we have a sort of exhibition system, a very sustainable, already for more than decades, I think, in function. But now it looks always like it looks a bit different, a bit almost so professional, you could say. But of course, this collection of panels is also added with reports, so you can dive into the world of these designs. I also like to thank the book publishers, NAI 010, Marcel Witgoed and Hans Onderwarres, the HNI for hosting this space, Air Rotterdam for the cooperation, the Architecture Month, of course, the Abe Bonnema Foundation for their support, financial support, everybody involved in the room, on the screen, the participants, and of course the Archiprix team, Max, Katja, and of course Henk, who was also there already when I did my Archiprix. It was 30 years ago, Henk, and you haven't changed anything. Thank you. And I give the mic back to Katja. And
Yes, thank you, Jacob. So what's on our program? With us today, we have jury member Joep Esseling and director Henk van der Veen. And in the next hour, we will take you on a tour to see all those 30 graduation plans that were selected by the academies and the universities. Most designers are here with us. You can see them behind me. And we're really happy with that because it can be hard to move in these COVID-19 circumstances. But welcome, everybody. So happy to see you. We will do 4 rounds, each of 7 or 8 projects, and at the end of each round we will announce a winner of a second or a first prize. But first, we will start off with some general observations on this year's submission. So what did the jury find remarkable? What trends did they see? What is typical for this generation? And standing next to me is Henk van der Veen. And Henk, this is a bit of a special situation because normally the head of the jury would be standing here with me. But unfortunately, he called us yesterday and he is ill and it is impossible for him to come. So I hope you're okay, Florian Boer. And that's when we decided to do this together. And in a way, it's a unique opportunity as well, and a unique chance. We have been talking about how long you have been involved, that even when Jacob van Rijs was a young designer that nobody knew about, he participated in the Archiprix, so that's quite amazing. So I think, you have an encyclopedic overview, so that makes it extra special to do this with you. And talking about that, if we look at this generation of designers that we see behind us, you have seen generations and generations of designers. What makes this generation special?
Yeah, well, to start with, this is a super interesting presentation. I don't know if it is because of the COVID that everybody had nothing else to do, but the projects we see here are really of a very high standard. And it's also, and that's always the case, it's very diverse, from big scale to very modest designs. So that makes it a very intriguing edition. But over the years, we saw a change indeed. And I think when you characterize it, then I would say use the word academic. Because when I started, then we saw designs that was just a design for a building, stays within the assignment, a lot of national plans, not very international. And that's completely different now. So it is there is a big change. I could talk about it for hours, but I think we leave it with this.
Yeah, well, we can talk a bit more, but I have some other questions for you. Because what I find interesting is that the young designers that are working on, are on show here, they work on the great and difficult issues. So we're talking about climate change, the rising of seawater, social inequality, decline in biodiversity, all stuff that makes us really serious and humble. Yet the jury speaks, and I quote, of an abundance of optimism and exhilarating new avenues. So what is the jury talking about when they say this?
Yeah, that's nice, huh? That this generation faces a lot of problems, but they contributed to it with very optimistic ideas. And I think that's very interesting also for everybody that, I mean, these problems are global, abstract, but here we see a lot of examples that making concrete solutions on a specific spot. So that where it begins to live, isn't it? That you think that, well, that is the direction we could go, and it's visualized. And so I think that, yeah, that's what I'd like to say.
Yeah, so it makes it manageable, you could say, or tactile or close by.
Yeah.
Also, I think, and that's what we notice, especially in those plans, that if we talk about disciplines, we always keep saying urban planning, architecture, interior design, or architecture, landscape, but we see that many of those young designers, they easily cross the boundaries between these disciplines. Is that something that struck you as well?
Yeah, that's also in line with the previous question. That I think the designers, they take their task very serious. And if it's necessary to cross a boundary, then they do it, you know? And I think that's also very promising because when you, as a designer, want to play a good role, then you need to take a coordinating position and not be very strict on the boundaries of the disciplines. And it's also interesting because in this combination there sometimes lies the best solution. So it is also a little bit special because you graduate as an architect or a landscape architect, but it is in practice you have to be a team player with other disciplines, and so when you practice that already in your graduation, that's a very good thing, and we see that now more than we did in the years before.
Right, so actually it's a very hopeful sign that we have all these designers sort of using the tools and the knowledge of all these different disciplines. Just a final question. If you look at this group of designers, is there anything else that really stands out compared to other decades, maybe other editions?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, these are movements, you know. It's not a flash, but it's a movement. And what we see in this edition is that the internationalization is taking well, a big scale. Yeah. So we see that when we look at the project locations of this Dutch Archiprix, then 3 of every 4 projects is located outside of the country. And that used to be the other way around. So that's gradually, it's becoming much more international. And that also counts for the graduates themselves. Yeah. We see a growing number of graduates from other countries, other continents. And that's also a very stimulating how do you say it? Can be very stimulating, and it's also connected for some schools with international cooperation, that you can contribute to assignments abroad and stimulate each other with cooperating.
Yeah, right. So it's really an international community of designers. That's the reason that we're doing this in English, right? One of the reasons. Okay, so I really want to see those projects. I'm sure you're dying to present them. So why don't I give you the microphone, and then you're in charge of this part.
Thank you, Katja. So I'm going to start with the first of the 30 participants. Hi, Nicole. Hi. Thursday we saw each other on Zoom, and now you're live here. That's great. Could you tell us something about your project?
Well, yeah, my project is called Synchronizing Habitat, Risk Adaptation through Co-Evolution of Environment and Society. And it's basically trying to synchronize the Wadden Sea region with its environmental processes through the creation of different soft and hard infrastructure. Yeah, to in a way that nature, that we make like a partnership with nature. That's basically what it is about. I can talk for hours about it if you want more details.
Yeah, I know. And I should stimulate everyone to dive deeper into your project. It's very intriguing. You studied urbanism, but it involves also a lot of landscape architecture. Thank you. I move to the next one. Yes. Hi, Elham. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Could you explain something to us about your project?
Yes, of course. My name is Elhan Kuliev, and the name of my project is A New Start. And it's about the social aspect of the architecture and the influence that school buildings has on the development of children in Azerbaijan. I was born there, so there was a link between me and the country to design something there. Yes.
Yeah, when I saw your project, I was struck by that that you studied in Groningen.
Yes.
And developed a school for Azerbaijan with beautiful connection with the local architecture.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Then we move to Johan. Could you explain your project a little bit?
Yeah. This is my project, You and Me, and it's a proposal for a new house of the European Union in the city of Brussels. And I don't know if you've ever been to the European Quarter or know the place, but it's quite sad that that's the heart of our democracy. So I moved it to the heart of the city, to the center, to the South Station, and tried to make the ideas of Europe visible at that place, and also make it a place for everybody and not only the people that work there. And try to improve the urban fabric of Brussels at that location.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really a very good idea, also to bring democracy to the people. Thank you. Then we move to the project of Vida. At least when we communicate, we call each other Henk and Vida. But it's Vida Sari Unida Putri. She made a project reassembling Samarang city. The reason she is not here is because she is in Indonesia. And the project she designed is about sea level rise and the problems of the low-lying neighborhoods in Semarang, and she develops a very precise strategy to deal with the climate problems. And very special is also that she includes the local population in the designs for the city and the improvement of the situation. It's a super project, very detailed. Yeah, there is much to say, but I'm going to move on to the next one. And the next one is a project, a call for diversity. It is designed by Giorgia Castelli. A pity she couldn't be here. She lives in Belgium. She made a beautiful model. And the idea of this project is to make a physical place where the diverse community of Brussels can meet. And she designed it in the inside of a building block. So it's a more or less informal situation, and she adds a lot of functions in order to have the people meeting each other in this part of Brussels, which is very diverse already. Okay, we go to restoring the flow. David? David is not here, but so then I will tell something about this project. It's about the city of Dordrecht, which is a very low-lying city. And David designs 3 interventions that connects the city to the river again. The fact that it is low-lying means that the dikes are blocking the connection with the river landscape, and on strategic points there are interventions to make the connections. Beautiful project. He's a graduate from Technical University of Eindhoven. Then we go to the last project of this cycle. Hannah, welcome, and please tell us something about your project.
Okay. Well, my project is about, my name is Hannah, and my project is about wildfires in California, and where I make room for fire in the landscape and design so-called fire dikes to create a safe living environment. And in my project, I try to see fire not only as a threat, but as an opportunity to make a beautiful landscape.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I give the mic to Katja.
Yeah, because this is the end of the first round. So, Henk, you did a lot of work already, right? You had to present many projects in this round. Well, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that's always a pleasure. I mean,
Yeah, true. It's beautiful work. But let's cut to the chase, because we're going to announce a winner. Let's build up the tension just a tiny bit. Can you tell us something about the winner?
yeah, that the jury said about this project that it is very nice to see how a Dutch strategy developed in the fighting the water changed into a strategy of designing with the water. And this project, the jury said that it's a pioneering landscape architectural design, and it is the first ever to design with fire rather than fighting it. So this can't be anything else than a firescape.
Hannah Prinsen.
Congratulations, Hannah. There are 2 first and 2 second prizes, but you had the first prize.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel
but now we are, of course, very curious to learn something more about your project.
Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, first of all, I feel honored to win this prize. I think we are the generation that will face these kind of big climate issues. So I think this prize really noticed that. And to go deeper in the project and to go deeper into what you're saying, this Dutch strategy is, so I really looked at fire in a way that we look at water in the Netherlands. So we kind of, our rivers were also flooding through the Netherlands and we diked it. And now we come with new ideas to make room for water in the landscape and thereby creating, creating a more sustainable system actually that will work for the future. So I thought, I'm Dutch. Why can we not think in a similar way to make room for fire in the landscape? So with that in mind, and also researching the landscape and researching the fact that fire always was part of the landscape in America. So my project is about California, where fire used to be part of the landscape and create a diverse mosaic kind of landscape when the Native Americans lived there. And we, by living in this forest, kind of changed the ecological system of the forest. So my proposition actually is to go back to the past a little bit, and but think also in the Dutch way, so to make room for fire in the landscape. So I made a kind of a fire plane, you can call it, like a floodplain, and changed the layers of the forest, the layers of the water, in a way that fire can be implemented again as a management tool. And I designed the so-called fire dikes. It's also what you see in the posters, which is the orange color. So instead of a dike in where you add soil, I excavated soil in order to reach this bedrock stony underlayer. And on stone, no vegetation can grow. So it will immediately stop the fire from this fire plane and ensures this safe living environment for the people that live behind the fire dike, and it creates it's a beautiful element in the landscape. So.
Super, thank you, Hannah, and a lot of success. Yeah, in fact, we plan to lit your model, isn't it? Yeah, but there is also a sprinkler there, so maybe that. Katja, I'm going to give you the mic for the next round.
Yeah, sure. I was just going to say it's really important to see this model because it's really beautiful and, well, such an exciting project, so congratulations. What we'll do is we'll start with the next round, so I'll walk all the way to the other end of this exhibition floor where I met with a member of our jury of this year, Joep Esseling. He's standing here waiting for me. Hello, Joep. Hello. You're the representative of the jury of this year, an interior architect. You studied at the Academy for the Arts in Maastricht. You worked at Next Architects, and you're currently working for I-29 Architects in Duivendrecht. And when we were preparing for this, we talked a bit about your profession as an interior architect, and you said something that intrigued me. You said, I see similarities between landscape architecture, which is the profession with the biggest spatial range, and interior architecture, which has a very small spatial range. So what are those similarities?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say that I am really thankful to be the judges, the jury of this year, Archiprix. And I think Archiprix is a great platform for the Netherlands and for Europe and the rest of the world to give all these students a podium, and I hope, yeah, we saw a lot of beautiful projects. We had intensive discussions together, online, of course, but it was very great to do it, and really nice. And then coming back to your question, so well, I think also if you look at all these projects together, there is always a sort of mix in between different kind of scales. So even in projects itself, it's always pushing the boundaries and look how far can you go, and then maybe you go back or maybe you go further. And that, I think, is also the same for interior architecture, what my profession is. So you're always switching in between different kind of scales. Sometimes for I-29, where I'm working, we do lots of interior private houses, but also huge public buildings like Nederlandse Rechtbank or Felix Meritis in Amsterdam. So you're constantly switching these different kind of scales, and I think that's really important. And one more thing I would like to add is that everyone is working on his own project now, and most of them are already working in the field. But I think it's great to work together and push all these different kind of knowledge together and work together on very good projects.
So crunch it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, Joep, we have another round. I'm going to give you the mic. You're in charge now. So let's start.
Well, thank you very much. So for now, I switch my paper, and we start with the new round with 7 or 8 different projects. It's all switched up in between landscape architecture, urban planning, and interior design. And here we are at the first project of this round. It's from Anne-B. Brouwer. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here, but so I will do the introduction of the project, and I hope I do it right. So the project is called Power, Dreams, and Indifference, and this is a project for young people in Kosovo to keep the young people in the town and to keep the young people in the country. So she did a research in collaboration with UN, and therefore, which is layered in different kind of scales as well. But she made a design at the end for a public space for the young people, and she didn't want to put it right in the center, but she put it upside the mountain. And I think it's a great project, a lot of nice drawings. So we move on to the next project. So it is Architectures in Motion. So, hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you first of all for, let's say, being here. I'm very honored to be part of this. Well, I will say briefly something about my thesis.
Yes, I'm sorry, first your name.
Yes, I'm Antonio Pauletti. My project is called Architectures in Motion, Reconfiguring Addis Ababa's Narratives. The aim of the project is to unveil the potential of learning from self-organizing structures and decentralized morphogenetic processes to reconfigure and densify dilapidated historical districts in fast-growing economies.
Okay, great, thank you very much. You made a lot of nice hand drawings, so that was really nice to look at. Thank you very much. We go further. So it's really a sort of journey all through these different kind of projects and spread around the world. So here we are at Fuente. So please tell us your name and a little bit about your project.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Anton Bouwers, and this is my project Fuente. Fuente is a place for silence, nature, and contemplation. It's a spatial intervention in and between an old gold factory on Aruba, where the spaces change with rain. I used big models like the one behind you to visualize the changing atmospheres in those spaces by simulating rain. And it's a project mainly for the locals, and it stimulates a more sustainable type of tourism.
And you actually also explored with the rain itself, right? Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. So we go further to the riverbanks of Antwerp.
Yeah.
Linkeroever, correct?
Linkeroever.
Yeah.
Nick van Garderen. The project I participate with is the Beyond the River, Designing for Antwerp. It tackles the urban development of Antwerp based on a more theoretical approach of designing for the European city in a continuating, non-disruptive manner. So mainly focusing around notions such as urban form, urban tissue, morphology, and placemaking.
And it's urban planning, architecture, everything together?
It's everything blended together. I believe these professions always should go hand in hand and should be met with the same amount of interest.
Great, thank you. We go further. Hello, Ricardo. Oh, sorry. Run. Hello. So we're in the Netherlands right now, right?
Yep. My name is Ron van Heuvel. My project is called Towards the Inclusive Village, and I set myself the goal to stop the abandoncy and the vacancy in the villages and come up with a new system for those kind of places, where I collected all kind of local systems and combined them together into one integral system, local system for the village called Megen.
And you're from Maiden, right?
Megen.
Megen, sorry.
I'm living right over there. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very much for the introduction. So the next project is from Anna Seklova, and unfortunately she's not here, so I hope she's watching. But I will do the introduction of the project. So she began her research with actually going to site, and I believe that she is also from Moldavia. So she began her research by asking people about the situation and what everyone thinks about, and the project is called a public space in a post-conflict area. So she wanted to make a sort of room or theater. She made a design for a theater that all the people can come together, and she wants to reach out a hand to everyone in the country and say, well, let's be together again, and let's go for a nice future together. So, hi, here we are again. Hi, Ricardo. Tell us about your project in Venice, right?
Yeah. The name of the project is Hoofdstadens and Travelers, and it's basically a project that wants to address, let's say, the topic of over-tourism, and especially the effect that it has on the Italian city of Venice. And it also wants to kind of investigate a little bit what can we do as architects in order to maybe kind of face this challenge, of these cities becoming like a museum, an open-air museum. So yeah, it's been like more of a research and investigation inside this kind of topic.
Okay, well, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We go further. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, Jacopo.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. You?
Are you excited?
Yeah. Yes.
So, can you please tell us a bit about your project?
Yes, my project is called Test Number 1, The Island. It's the first attempt of translating an urban ideal into an urban design. In fact, the metropolis of the Randstad is going to be shaped as an island, as a symbol of mediation between nature and culture.
I see a lot of passion in your drawings. Is this something what you always do?
Yeah, it's something that I always did, and I hope to continue this way.
Yeah, you should continue. Thank you very much. So, Katja, this was round 2, right?
Right, round 2, and we're getting at the moment to announce the winner. We agreed that you would hold the microphone, and we'll walk slowly.
Yes.
And you will tell us a bit about the winning project.
Yes, so we maybe start already walking.
Mm-hmm.
So this project tackles an extremely serious problem, and it's very layered. It has a lot of nice drawings, a very good design, and it is about young people, and that's really important for the future of this country. So I'm going to announce the second prize of Archiprix, and it is... It is. It is. There is something, yes. It is Anne Brouwer with Power, Dreams and Indifference.
Hi, thank you so much.
Hi, Anne, how are you?
Hello, I'm well, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear us?
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you
So
much.
congratulations.
Sorry, I can't be there with you. Pardon?
That's all right. Congratulations with the second prize. I briefly introduced your project already a little bit. Yeah, can you explain a little bit more how you started your research with UN, for example?
Yeah, so my background before coming to architecture is in international development. And I think I was mainly curious to discover through more tangible means how similar goals could be accomplished. So like through the physicality of building, how frameworks could be designed that connect people in a deeper and more profound way. And I wanted to understand how social political contexts and local interpretations of space and beauty all come together, and resources and materials, and how that then plays into how one can design forms of collaboration. So I did some research into this world that I had previously been in touch with, and to see where we might be able to find a bridge to the field of architecture, and what would be the best possible scenario in order for the two fields to learn as much as possible from each other. So yeah, I just reached out to this project within the UN and pitched my proposal, and they were interested and said, sure, come. And I specifically was intrigued to do it in Kosovo because it's somewhat close to home, and there's this sort of frustration among the young people, which is very tangible and very contemporary. And I think it's something that in different scales also reaches back to our Northwestern European society, and something that we can learn from. So I'm sorry, the long answer to your question.
Well, thank you very much. You explained a bit already about why Kosovo, but that's your home country?
No, I'm Dutch actually.
So why Kosovo then?
Well, so the reason, basically, the UN Public Space Project operates in 12 countries. Well, last year they did. And there were a number of options which I could sort of use as my pilot, I suppose. And I chose Kosovo because it's the closest to home, and because I think it has a very interesting political history. And personally, I'm sort of interested to understand how can we get young people more engaged in the political sphere. What does that mean? What role does building and our tangible physical society play in that? So I think all these different factors come together in this country, and it's almost at a tipping point there. So it felt like something that sort of urgently needs to be thought about, and it's very contemporary. So I think that's why.
So thank you very much. Congratulations again with the prize, and
Applause.
I hope you have a next step.
Yes. Well, that's something else, congratulating someone through Zoom, especially when the connection well, we worked it out. Thank you, Joep. We're going to the next round, and Henk is joining me again, Henk van der Veen. We're going to this side. I'm sorry, just passing. So, Henk, here we are again. Finally, you get to present the plans yourself. Is this the first time?
Yeah, that's a very good thing to do, you know. I always did it by do the redaction of the book, the website and everything. So now live in the award ceremony, that's a very nice experience.
Maybe it can be a next career option.
Yeah. I have to think about that, you know.
Okay, well, let me see. Just one question, because you're here, and I'm sure that everybody wants to know this. You started Archiprix, you pushed through all these years. What urged you to start, and what kept you going?
Yeah, it's a complex of reasons, but I think one of the major things is that I think it is essential for the profession that young talented people get the chance to present themselves, to give them a stage. And in fact, that's what we do as Archiprix. So that's the nicest work that you can do, especially because I like graduation work. In fact, better than what is built in reality, but because it triggers your imagination much more.
Wow, did you all hear this? Graduation work is so much more fun than actual buildings. Well, I hope you will be building. Anyway, Henk, I'll give you the mic, because we're starting the next series, and the participant is ready. So here you are.
Thank you, Katja. So we proceed with Hoogtij. Freek van Riet, please tell us something about your project.
Yes, thank you. Well, yeah, I'm Freek van Riet. It's high tide. How we can anticipate the pressing consequences of climate crisis in the urban development, and the research provides a long-term vision of urbanization and anticipate on the climate crisis on a short stage. And the vision is based on 4 location-dependent strategies, namely attack, defend, retreat, and connect.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's beautifully presented. I must say, Vida in Semarang, she uses 3 of your 4 strategies as well. Huh? Oh. And instead of the connection, she uses the inhabitants. Oh, yes. I've got one question for you. Are you still connected with your work with this subject?
Well, yeah, actually, we probably gonna work together with the municipality of Rotterdam and Mast together, where I work. So we definitely gonna push this further and see what we can do on a location in Rotterdam at the Maas, the river. So and that's coming out of this project probably. So that's very good. Yeah.
Super. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how important the project is for your career, isn't it?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, we move to Mick.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. I'm Mick Dubois. Well, my project springs from the fascination of the city of Charleroi in Belgium. And there's a lot of contrasts in this city. Contrasts between decay, about unemployment. But there's one thing that binds all these contrasts, and that's the ring that cuts through the urban tissue from Charleroi. And it's a very, very unique place where my project is formed around. And it's different functions located underground and above ground, and all these functions, they connect through different atmospheres, where the boundaries between architecture, urbanism, inside, outside, public and private, they all dissolve around this new function for the ring.
Thank you, Mick. One last question. What is your connection with, where comes your fascination for Charleroi from?
Initially I started to investigate big, not so useful projects. It's like a term that was created in the 60s and 70s, and it's big infrastructural projects that don't have any use anymore. So, and that's how I got to the ring of Charleroi.
Thank you. Ziga. Yeah, maybe you can tell something about your project?
I can do that. Yes, thanks. Yes, the title of the project is The Dodgerland, Nursery for the North Sea. And my main question was, how can we use the energy transition to improve the ecosystem of the North Sea? And for the Dodger Bank, a shallow part of the North Sea, almost as half of the Netherlands, I designed a wind farm from the scale of a windmill foundation till the scaling up to a wind farm, till the scale of the whole Dodger Bank, and all from the perspective of the intrinsic values of the landscape and the marine life itself. And yeah. I'll stop.
Yeah, we'll stop for a moment, Zika, sure. Because otherwise the others won't have the chance to tell about it. Thank you. The next project is Meshworks of Care, designed by Susie Cox. She couldn't be here because she's English. She's living in London, working in London, and it's nearby, but it's almost impossible to get here without going in quarantine for a long period of time. So I'm going to tell you something about this intriguing strategy to improve the, what she calls the meshwork of care in poorer areas of London. And it creates a meshwork of care institutes or institutions occupying empty spots, and so taking the opportunity to grow a consistent network for the people who live there. So far, so good. I'm going to David. Sorry. Yeah, tell us something about your project.
My name is David de Boer. My project is called Solar Archipelago, and it explores the possibilities to align an energy transition and the spatial impacts of that with the way ecosystems change through concepts such as succession and nonlinearity and unexpectedness. And through a series of modules containing solar panels in the IJmeer near Amsterdam, self-sedimenting islands can occur. That it forms a framework that links up to the natural processes of the IJmeer, and natural islands form, which provides more gradients and provide an ecosystem restoration in the IJmeer, together with linking up to metropolitan challenges for the city of Amsterdam.
Thanks a lot. You studied landscape architecture?
Yes.
But you take the urbanism as an extra with it, isn't it?
Exactly,
yeah. House of Rituals, it's a project by Marco Cironi. He also couldn't be here. He lives in Switzerland. And also he studied at the Technical University of Eindhoven, and he made an intriguing project. This is a very personal approach, and he it is located in Switzerland, partly buried in the mountains, and the project explores the human relation in space and time. The human relations with space and time and the world. It's very intriguing. He made a beautiful book. I hope you will look at it more in detail. Then we go to Mema. Hello. Eileen.
Hello, my name is Eileen Neumann, and my project called MEMA. And MEMA is a research into a new museum typology that questions the autonomous museum and current building culture.
Yeah, we saw you bring your model. I think it's beautiful and 100 kilograms.
Yeah, it's 200, I think even.
Or 200. But the museum, it covers the whole city, isn't it? Or part of the city?
Part of Antwerp, the north of Antwerp. And what's interesting about this part is that for a long time the city didn't care a lot about urban development and social cultures. So there were no rules. So it's very interesting. You find a lot of vernacular architecture, beautiful collage of materials, and an interesting space to create a typology for a museum.
Very nice, thank you. I give you the phone, the mic again, Katja.
Yes, because we're at the end of this tour again. Thank you so much for this beautiful presentation. I'm really not envious of the jury because it must be super hard to choose between all those beautiful projects. But
they had to.
They had to.
They had to.
They had to. So, Henk, shall we walk and talk? I'll hold the mic.
What the jury said in this about this next winner is that it is a magnificently presented project. And they also said it opens an entirely new subject. It bears a highly personal signature. So we are going to get somewhere. Maybe now...
They're all personal.
The project adds a whole new dimension to the design of wind farms at sea, by including the development of the nature on the seabed. Yeah. Now you can guess, it is Doggersland.
Yes, woohoo! Applaus.
Congratulations. Yeah, now you can continue your talk, you know. You didn't know, but I knew that you had.
Yeah, I wasn't, I didn't want to be too long, but thanks. I'm really happy. Yeah, a little more about the project. Actually, the last sentence I wanted to tell, and it's actually the core of the project, is all the marine life, all the marine animals. So I really dove literally into this, analyze them, look at them, who they are, what they do, what do they need, and from that I got to a range of parameters who influencing the design on all skill levels. So that's actually the core of the project. And here you go. Thanks. Thank you. And yeah. I can tell more, but I don't know.
Yeah, you can tell a lot more, but I'm curious to hear from you what you are, on what kind of way you are busy with the subject now.
Yeah, I got a really interesting opportunity together with the office where I work, MUST, and also the Embassy of the North Sea. We will participate in a tender process for building a wind farm. But we will, send in really radical ideas to get the discussion going with the people who are building the wind farms, but also with the people who are making the structure of the assignment for the windmill farm builders. So yeah, really looking forward into that next step. With this collaboration.
Super. Yeah, it looks like an opportunity that no one should miss, your idea.
Everyone should get to know all this, this landscape. It is a landscape. It's more than a sea. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say that this sea landscape is 60% of the surface of the Netherlands.
Yes.
So if you don't know it,
How well do you know the Netherlands? Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. We're going to the next round, and this is the last one with a new set of projects. Beautiful, beautiful projects again. We see one of the bigger models here, and here is, of course, Joep. Joep Esseling, jury member. I just said that it must have been really hard. Was it hard?
It was extremely hard. Yeah, the level of all the projects is really high, and yeah, it was really nice to read through all the documents. And some wrote so many things, like 300 or 400 pages. But even still, it kept me focused on the project. So it was really nice to do it, yeah.
So do you think, is that also what struck you most in these competing projects, that it was so thorough, the work, so academic?
Yeah, I think, so all these different kind of projects, it keeps you fresh in a way. It's, even though sometimes it's so layered and sometimes it takes some time to dive in, but as soon as you're in, you're like taking the train and follow the road, what the project is about. So that's really, really good, really nice.
Taking the train, we're going to take the train to Suriname, I think. I'll give you the mic and you're in charge again.
Hello, Lindsay. Your project is about music. Yes. You made a design for a conservatorium on Suriname. Can you please tell us a bit about your project?
Yeah, well, I made the design for Poku Osso, which is the conservatory of Suriname indeed. And it's located in the capital city of Suriname, Paramaribo. And it's actually an ensemble of several music buildings where the cultural heritage of Suriname is exposed in different ways.
Thank you very much. You made a lot of nice models. It's almost a forest. Yes. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So we move on to the next project. Hello.
Hello.
Florian.
Yeah.
So you made a design for a solar field,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
But not just another one.
Not just another one, no. My name is Florian Becker, and this is my master thesis, Not Just Another Solar Field. And this project shows how the energy transition can be achieved on a small scale by designing an energy garden. This is in a polder close to Utrecht. And what's really special for me about this project is that it's a real case. So we had intensive working together with the residents from there and stakeholders diverse. And yeah, this project is going to be built in the next year. So I think this is really special for not just another solar field, but a special one.
So it already started?
Yeah, we are in the process currently, and they start next year.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We move on. So, hello.
Hello.
The next project is in Venice. Almost, partially.
Is the Venetian Lagoon. So the project is, my name is Amina Shreidi, and the project is called the Operating Venetian Lagoon, the Agency of Barene. And I have, let's say, directed from a building with nature perspective a problem that the Venetian Lagoon is facing today, which consists on hydromorphological sufferance. I have addressed this issue in strengthening and consolidating a landscape structure that is already present in the Venetian Lagoon, which is the landscape system of the brackish salt marshes. And according to the view, this enrichment will produce benefit also on the cultural and the productive heritage that the Venetian Lagoon is hosting already.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your research was really nice to read, so thank you. We move on. So, We Grow Co.
Yes.
Very catchy name. So, Job, can you tell us a bit about your project?
Yes, yeah, well, my name is Job van Heuvel, and this is my project, We Grow Co, an open building strategy.
And this is an urban strategy for organic co-creation of neighborhoods based on the open building legacy of John Habrake and Frans van der Werf. And it tries to seek how this neighborhood can grow from ecological and social perspective. Yes.
Okay, great. And everyone can build his own house, right?
Yes, you can really grow your own house from hemp, industrial hemp, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. We go further to the next project. It's from Josine Vos. It's located in Brussels. Unfortunately, she's not here. So I will do a brief introduction to the project. It's called City Hall Brussels. And she, I think she wanted to make a statement on bringing nature right in the center of Brussels by building a city hall. And she calls it Rights of Nature. And with lime hemp, beautifully made. She really made the bricks. She made this for the nature and the birds in the city, which adds also value to the interior of the Brussels City Hall. So I hope I explained it right. We go further to the next project. It's called, hello, Mohammed, hi. We go to London, right?
Yes, to London, Architecture of Synergy. My name is Mohammed Khalil-Nejad, and this is Architecture of Synergy. It is a dialogue between past, present, and future to be able to have a look at possibilities of saving a community or monumental building, and it could and it shall be an attitude towards architecture in future. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And this Robin Hood garden, it's partially there, and
it's partially there, and they people fighting to keep the another one. There's two. They're trying to push it and demolish it, but people won't move out.
So let's hope it will be there, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. So we go further to the next project from Devina Amelia. She's not here, so I will explain the project. It's called "This Shop House is Not for Sale," and it's about her parents' shop house on West Java. And this shop house is not just a shop; it's really part of the community of this little town. And because the bigger investment companies wants to buy the plot, and the shop house is not in a good situation, so she made a plan to make this more structurally good and wants to more add value to the spaces. So yeah, it's a really autobiographic project with the whole history of the house. So thank you very much. We go further. Hello, Yingting, right? Yes. So can you please tell us about your project?
My project is built with memory and is a post-disaster shelter, and which is built with like a gravitational, sustainable construction method. And also the process of building this shelter is also like a journey for the survivor. They are doing like memory reconstruction. Yeah.
And you made a one-to-one model. You tested it as well, right? Yeah, we see it here. Yeah. So thank you very much. Very nice. So you're the last one of the everything, right?
Yes, the last one. And now we're going to announce the last winner. Joop, it's your honor. Wow. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll slowly walk. So we make sure that nobody knows yet who the winner is. So try to keep it a secret.
We try to keep it a secret. So this project is when I was reading it, it gave me a lot of joy. It was really optimistic. I really had the feeling that I was been there while I was reading it on my couch in my little apartment. So she used a lot of different kind of media, film, sound, the sound of the wind, but also the sound of architecture. And so, may I already? Yeah. May I already?
Yes, you may.
So the last winner of the second shared prize is Lindsay van der Wetering with Poco Osso.
Woo!
So, what a great journey. Where do you want to start? Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so very much. I'm very surprised, actually. Yeah, shall I tell a bit more about the project?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so yeah, it's located in the heart of Paramaribo, a very neglected park at the moment, and it's still a leftover from the colonial times. So there's a lot of history there, and at the same time, the conservatory needs a place to house themselves. They're moving from existing building to existing building. So while looking for my assignment, I matched those two, that the Cultuurtuin and the conservatory would be a perfect match here in this city, and also bring a new meaning to the Cultuurtuin. And all the houses are actually inspired on the wooden houses of Suriname, which are slowly disappearing. And together with music, I translated to a new type of open-air school. So it's actually also a search for an updated new typology in a way.
And music is very important on Suriname?
Yes, because of this colonial times, a lot of different cultures, they brought their own music. So this is the communal thing that they all have together. So, and in a way, music in the end is the language that we all can speak. So yeah, that's why this is a new important place for the city and for the people as well, where they have the communal ground together.
And why did you wanted to combine like the sound of nature and the sound of instruments of students of the conservatorium?
Well, the Cultuurtuin is actually already a quite musical place. There is already a lot of music, which is partly also the identity of Suriname. And yeah, the people who make the music are also part of this identity. So together, yeah, they complete each other in a way in showing this Suriname heritage of the city. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much. It was a really nice project.
So thank you, Joep, and congratulations. We're nearing the end of this session. Yeah, it's always good to come to the end, because then we can all celebrate. Because friends and family are probably waiting downstairs and, you know, want to go and have a beer or a wine or something else. Okay, so the last thing, I want to congratulate everybody here, because you were all selected to be the best of your university, the best of your academy. So congratulations to all of you. And to the people that want to see the exhibition, it's on show. You just go to the website of the new institute and you can see the opening hours and regulations. And please go have a look, because it's really beautiful. All right, so of course, there's also a book, right? Henk, why don't you join me? The Archiprix book, what's in there?
Yeah, in the book you can find all the projects that you already saw here, and also the report of the jury. So each edition we think it is very important to have a very good book. And the book is always designed by a young, talented graphic designer. So we hope that clients give our participants the opportunity to build someone or do an investigation. And we want to give a graphic designer to the chance to make a new book. So that was, this year it was Wiepke Bramersveld.
Join us.
Join us, Wiepke. And this is the book.
Yeah.
Good.
It's so exciting, we don't know what to say. Wiebke, how was it to design this book for young architects and urban planners and so on?
It was a huge honor for me. It's I think it was one of the first biggest projects I worked on. I'm a recent graduate, so it was really exciting for me, and to have this honor to design this book. And I hope everyone likes it. And yeah.
Good. So I'm sure they're all very happy with it. What I forgot to say, there is free tickets for all participants to come and visit this exhibition. So please get them at the desk, I think, downstairs. Yes, this is the conclusion of our live stream. I hope to be seeing you next year. Everybody enjoy and bye-bye. Yes, we zijn eruit.
We like the